Hey, what's up everyone? Dragon back again with yet another edition of the Kaiju Commentary. Today we are watching Colossal. Now, when it's the neon logo on your screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. So we're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Hello! Welcome to an edition of the Kaiju Commentary. Today we are watching Colossal.
That's my colossal noise.
Is that what that sounds like?
Yeah.
If the Colossal sounds like that, I would be very impressed.
Scared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that sound magnified like 100-fold or whatever would probably be like, you know,
terrifying.
Or whatever, you know.
That was not.
Or yeah, or whatever.
Or whatever.
That's right.
So funny story about this movie. It almost didn't get off the ground.
The Sailor Moon doll? Is that what you said?
I'm pretty sure it's a Sailor Moon doll.
It's only the boots. That's all I see is Sailor Moon. Nothing else is Sailor Moon to me.
Well, it's not her.
I'm a pro on the subject of Sailor Moon.
And boots.
And Sailor Moon boots.
Hey, you better watch out saying that shit online, because that'll trigger somebody. Like, actually, no, if you were really a pro, then you would have known that ... internet
Well,
rage.
I would like to see that comment, just because it would entertain me.
Cue the hate. What?
I lie. That's not a Sailor Moon
That's
doll.
definitely not Sailor Moon, I told you. Alright.
But the boots.
But the boobs?
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Well, she's taking it pretty well.
I know.
Oh,
right?
there we go. I was like, crushed.
What'd you say to me?
Maybe he's a nice guy.
So, I was going to say, a funny story about this movie. It ran into some legal troubles early on, like in the pre-production phase, when they were basically shopping it around for like, you know, distributors, because the promo photo that they were using was a silhouette of one of the unused maquettes for Godzilla 2014. And basically they were getting sued. And they did also a promo poster with the monster fighting the robot. And it was a very Godzilla-esque looking monster, almost to the point where it basically looked like the 2014 Godzilla. So they
got away with it?
Well, no, they didn't get away with it. I mean, it was never meant to be anything finalized. It was just kind of stuff they were saying, oh, basically the movie's going to look kind of like this. And rather than doing some concept art, they just basically lifted another studio's, a massive, huge Hollywood studio that was about ready to drop this massive tentpole film. So they...
Great idea.
And I actually forgot about this movie until I saw like the first like teaser for it. I was like, oh, it's still happening. They all didn't go to jail. So, but they drastically changed the Kaiju's design, as you can see there. It looks nothing like Godzilla. And here we have Dan Stevens, who played Beast in the live-action Disney Beauty and the Beast. I mean, obviously he's more shaven here, so he doesn't look quite the same. But
That movie doesn't exist to me.
it was a good movie.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, the live-action one.
It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was very good.
You didn't like it?
I didn't watch it. That's why it doesn't exist to me.
Well,
I don't
you
really
missed
want
out.
to go watch it.
And Anne Hathaway.
It's really just like a live action recreation of the original.
Yeah. He's a little beast-like in this, too. Look at him. He's all grumpy here. Oh, angry. I am not pleased with you.
Oh, who's the Beast?
Look at him.
Yeah, apparently he's the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks just like the Beast.
I mean, yeah,
Beast
again,
from
he's still a
X-Men.
bit more shaven here, but I mean, it's spot on, man. I can see why they're casting. Anne Hathaway is one of those actresses, I don't know why, I just really, like, I always like her and stuff.
I like her in stuff as well.
I like Anne Hathaway, only in stuff, though.
Yeah. When she's
Like outside of stuff,
when
she's
she's like
awful?
out of stuff,
I'm not a fan.
I'm not into that.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, can you come back when you're in stuff?
Yeah.
Then maybe
Yeah.
we can hang out.
Mhm,
But as it stands right now, you really bummed me out.
You're really out of stuff.
Yeah.
You remember, I don't like that.
But yeah, no, but this is one of those weird little movies that kind of came out of left field. But again, it's starting to show you viability or marketability of kaiju movies, and now they're becoming so mainstream now that you can have these kind of weird, off-brand, quirky movies, kind of like when superhero movies started to get really big, and then you started seeing movies like Super, where it's like, they're just, it's a weird, not meant to be big mainstream movie, but because the genre is so hot that you're starting to see it now kind of, I don't want to say seep into it because it sounds like a negative connotation, but like it's cropping up everywhere now because it's just so large. And I kind of feel like when I saw this movie was actually coming out, despite its kind of rocky start, it shows you like,
Is that a butt crack? A painting of a butt crack?
Could be. I mean, it really depends on what it means to you.
That's what I'm taking it as.
You know what's going on? They having a party?
Her friends are waiting for her.
basically her boyfriend or kind of just kicked her out because he's kind of sick and tired of her party lifestyle.
I get it. Be kind of annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, really respected there. Like, I just,
I think I'm with the beast on this one.
Yeah, I can't. You can't fault him. I mean, you don't want someone coming back into your castle all hours of the night.
Yeah.
I like how she just disrespected this taxi. Says exit to the curbside only. Never mind, she's on the right side of the road. I'm done talking. I will not commentate any further.
We all appreciate it. Thank you.
That's what we were waiting for.
Just
I did disrespect that cab with the correct etiquette.
How could she?
Jesus Christ.
That dumb
Just
slut.
can't wait today.
Yeah, I've always thought Anne Hathaway is a bit of a skank.
wow. The Kaiju commentary is not accept responsibility for.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if she retweets this.
It would be great.
We're joking, Miss Hathaway. By the way, we're all skank. Hey, if fucking Craw the Sea Monster gets a retweet for one of the actors, like, we live in a world where this commentary series gets retweeted, like some of the most obscure ones, and that gets the retweet. Now I'm just like, no, everyone, be nice.
I will debate you any day, any time. Skank.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun editing this one.
What are we debating?
Turns into a whole thing. Like, oh shit, let's set it up. Hey, as long as you debate on the YouTube
Oh,
channel,
shit.
that's all I care about.
What are we debating? Whether or not she's a skank? I'll just be like, I don't think you're a skank. And she's like, what do I do?
And we have Jason Sudeikis.
I like him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's great.
He's hilarious, and we're the Millers.
Not a skank, just to be clear.
He's awesome in this movie. He actually took me by. I mean, I've known his work, and I like him, but he actually really kind of surprised me.
He's also in Horrible Bosses, isn't he?
Yeah.
That movie's hilarious.
A Charlie Day.
Hilarious. Oh yeah, Jennifer Aniston.
Titties.
Mm-hmm.
They shoot bullets too.
Well, this conversation went awry.
Maybe you should look at the road. while
Yeah, I
you're
was gonna
driving.
say, maybe not just stare at me.
You don't have to in the movies.
Yeah.
Well, the
It's
funny
not a
thing is,
thing.
usually when movies like this, unless they have like that fake background, if they're actually physically moving, they're being usually pulled by something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those words I said were correct. Yes.
All right. It's be like my worst nightmare if I went home, saw somebody I recognized, and had to get in a car with them. I would hate it.
It's because you hate everyone from your hometown. It's okay.
I don't hate them. I just don't have any friends there.
I pretty much hate everyone from all my various hometowns. So it kind of works out.
This is my hometown. And I do.
Wah, wah.
I've been here too
This is
long.
my hometown, and I fucking hate all of you.
Same, bro.
I don't even hang out with you guys because you're lonely. Oh yeah. Hear Alex start openly weeping on the commentary.
Where did this go?
Awful.
Hey, we're just acknowledging what you put out there, man. You put out that little bit of bait, and I took a bite. What do you want me to say? I'm sorry that you're sad. I don't know.
She could party here. She's like, ooh, alcohol.
To be fair, I'm looking at that right now, going, ooh, alcohol. Every time I see like a bar in a movie, I always immediately look past the person, like try to see what they got on the shelf. Like, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Worst compliment ever for a girl. Yeah, good memory. Want to do it?
No. No.
I mean, I'm not saying it would work on me if Jason Sudeikis told me I had a good memory. I mean, I wouldn't.
I've got headlights.
I would not want to jump into that.
I would be like, stop.
Like, what else you got, Sudeikis?
Like, you have a good memory. Well, I have a good memory.
The guy right there who just pointed, and I realized I just did the exact same point at the screen. You're gonna hate me for bringing up this as a reference. He, I'm pretty sure, was in Carnosaur, and one of the two guys that were in the van trying to track down the Deinonychus, and then he watched his friend get like ripped out of the van, and then he started throwing up. That's my story.
Did I see that one?
No, you haven't seen Carnosaur. It's not a kaiju movie; it's a dinosaur movie.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Oh,
wanna
I remember
see
you
it.
talking about it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's him. Because I was looking at his face.
I'll take your word on.
Because I know he's one of those. He's a character actor. I've seen him a lot of stuff. But I was like, where have I seen him? Something like that really jumps out at me. Like as a film that I really know that I know his face. And this movie's like 25 years old now.
He played with a lot of old drunks.
I mean, he was pretty put together in that
Pretty
movie
sad
before he got.
if you get-
I just feel like I've seen him playing a lot of old drunks.
Again, I
before.
think he's a character actor. I just remember the line where they were like, the guys are reading the sheet going, strange organic matter. What the hell is strange organic? And he goes, oh, that's my wife we're talking about, strangely orgasmic matter.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I always remember that line. And as a kid, I didn't know what that meant. And then I learned what orgasm meant. And I was like, the joke has a whole new meaning. And by meaning, it means I actually get it now. You see, what I'm saying is, as a child, I didn't know what an orgasm was, so that joke kind of always went over my head, but I knew it was significant for some reason. And then one day, I took this thing called health in school, and I learned so much, and that movie became just so much deeper for me on so many levels. That's all I really wanted to say.
Please go on. Please.
Strangely orgasmic matter. Ah! We have the same reaction.
Yeah, I got one.
Blah, teabags, talking about my balls. And suddenly we're all 12. Tim Blake Nelson is his name. And yes, I'm looking up his filmography.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think this is in Chris's favor now.
What'd you say?
What?
It's in your favor now. Remember you were saying she was a skank or whatever?
Why do you guys keep saying such mean things about her?
We're
She's
keeping
not a
track now.
snake.
I'm
There's the
joking.
scoreboard.
I'm joking. I'm just
Chris,
saying.
2.
Her character does seem a little skanky in this.
That was my point.
And Hathaway, if you're listening, we do not think you're a skank. I promise. This is all in jest. We kid. We make it the joke.
You're not listening.
You laugh. I'm going to get that tweet. I'm going to see, like, oh, shit.
You're not. You're not.
The more you say I'm not, the more likely it's going to happen. That's the way the universe works.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So this
That's how the
actually a good
internet
thing.
works.
You're going to keep being like, because the universe basically just functions like a movie. Like, listen, there is no way in any hell in any religion from any point in history on any planet that Anne Hathaway is going to see or hear this commentary and retweet it in any capacity. And then like it would cut to the next morning, like me look at my phone going,
so
"Oh my God, Chris!"
He tried to kiss her.
You did give them a fuck ton of free booze and a bar. So
Yeah,
it's kind of your own fault.
Wait, what happened? He tried to
He
kiss
tried
her?
to
kiss her.
awkwardly kiss her.
But why is he freaking out so hard?
Well, you're gonna learn that maybe he's not as well put together as you might like to think.
Also,
I mean, yeah, I got
what did
that.
she have in the box?
I think that's a TV. Yeah, I think.
Or a futon, maybe? Like a bed? Mattress? Air mattress, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah, yeah. And now we
You'd think
have
she could have got a ride home.
the silent character of the film, the park. Again, this movie is just so like strange in a really clever way. So much so that after I first watched it, I was kind of like, I mean, I was very pleased with it. I really liked the movie, but my first I was like, how do you think of this? Like, it's just such a weird, like, kind of like, hey guys,
Is this
what
where it all
if
begins?
idea. Well, the thing first appeared 25 years ago and has been seen since. And now, it's, spoilers, it's going to come back. So, but it's
What?
why it comes back.
Why?
Hey, it was like a air mattress. Good memory.
Yeah, bro.
Hey
Good
girl,
flex.
you got great memory.
You want to do that?
She's like, I sleep now. What?
Yeah, I know. I hate blowing those things up. Well, it's like, how about the floor? The floor is comfortable, right? Hardwood floors, those are nice, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get a little flashback.
Flashback.
That was a flashback
Of just
of,
leaving?
of back. Well, it's kind
She
of
wasn't that Chinese girl.
no. They're right there. That little
You don't
girl
know
you
that.
just saw standing there. And
Or
I think you
Japanese
mean
girl.
South
I don't know
Korean
that.
girl.
What?
You don't know that. She could be.
She was South Korean, sir.
Okay.
You're just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Solid,
It's cool.
solid gold.
Nice. I dig it.
Uh,
I need both my
Nude.
hands to look at the.
Could have used speakerphone.
We've all done that before. Like, I need my hands out. I just don't really want to talk to you. And again, I love this because if there was ever something like this, this is how we would all see it. Like on the internet, social media, news.
Yeah, you just type it into Google and look at the first thing that pops up. Oh shit.
Yep.
It's pretty colossal.
Oh.
So weird looking kaiju.
I know.
Yeah, I hate his tail butt.
Well, again, they were trying.
To not get sued.
Yeah, I think they. I mean, again, you can still make it. There's plenty of generic-looking kaiju that are Godzilla-esque that aren't Godzilla, but I think they just got scared so straight that they were just like, okay, whatever. I'm surprised they didn't make it an amorphous blob at this point, just the plates. But again, I'm like, how do you not think that was gonna go any other way? I mean, I know maybe because I thought it was like unused concept art that they wiped it up, but I'm just like,
Maybe.
I mean, Warner Brothers is like putting that movie out, and I'm like, you really?
Yeah, they should know better.
I mean, that's basically what everyone was saying too. Like, and it sucks too because everyone was like, you know, hey, another kaiju movie, and then it was like, oh wow, that's how do you like screw that up so bad so quick? And again, I think a lot of people thought this movie wasn't happening, but then suddenly, oh, there's a trailer. Like, oh shit, it's still coming out. I mean, good for them, but it was just like, wow, lucky them. But I'm glad it worked out. because it's a cool movie. I just, you know, as much as I like Godzilla, I would have not wanted to, you know, rip that off because I don't want to, you know, get sued.
Oh, he's carrying the.
Don't you know it?
Yeah, you can see it.
God, that tailbutt.
I know, the tailbutt's the worst part.
Yeah, I don't think they would have stood right
I know,
there.
right? Maybe.
It's all about the shot.
That's kind of cool, though. Like, a kaiju could bring about, like, overnight, essentially, an end to, like, global conflict.
So you went asking.
Well, yeah, but the fact that they would even bother asking that, because realistically, any other situation is like, hey, can we all, like, get along for a minute? And everyone would be like, no. What are you, new? But the fact that it's such a big deal that they're like, real talk, guys, squash that beef for like 5 minutes because
So does she know like what it is, or like?
No, she has no clue. Basically, she's gonna start to kind of figure it out. Again, it's such a random concept. Like, just imagine if you walking through a park and suddenly you find out that you're pantomiming or you're basically avataring or yet she's essentially Jaegering this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, just who knew that walking through a little place
Spoilers.
would, well, it was in
I
the
know.
trailer.
Listen.
But I'm just saying, like, just again, what a concept. Like, I was kind of surprised, like, who would have just thought of that? It makes for such a cool movie, but I'm just kind of like, man, I would have never thought of just that being the premise of the movie. What's that?
Sad.
You really got your life together.
Sad.
Inflatable mattress.
Well, considering what the house looked like before the mattress, I mean, it is a.
No mattress.
Which she uses
didn't
as a
even blow
blanket.
that thing up.
I'm just saying, it's in the house now.
I mean, she slept on a park bench last night.
That's the way to do it.
Which is weird considering she has a house.
I know.
She sleeps a lot.
Aw, rip mattress. Please break. Aw.
I don't know how drunk you'd have to be to fall asleep with that sound next to you, but
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Well,
Well, you know,
I mean, falling asleep, passing out. What's the...
poor life choices.
Jeez.
What the fuck?
That's like one of those old projection TVs before flat screens and.
See, kids, this is what we considered
My dad rented
a status of luxury
Rent-A-Center when I was
back in the
younger.
day. The side of a house with a TV screen on it. The thing is probably literally thicker than the walls of the house.
Basically, is a
Oh yeah,
fucking
it is.
wall.
For
Yeah.
sure it is.
Remember we said
Just moving one of those things over here must have been a pain in the ass.
Yep. One of my friend's dad, when I was a kid, had like a big screen TV like that, and we weren't even allowed to go in this. He had like in his den. It wasn't even the living room. It was like back when like guys just had dens and there was like no women, no children allowed kind of situation. And we would just kind of walk by the den on the way to my friend's room, and I would kind of look at it, and we'd all be like, oh. We'd talk about being able to one day hook up the Nintendo to it, and like, you know.
I was playing on projectors when I was 11.
I don't think I had
Around
those when I
then.
was 11.
It was like when they first came out.
When was that?
I don't know. I just know I was playing Halo on projectors. with,
Okay,
8
never
people
mind. The
and
fact that
stuff.
you said Halo right away, I was like,
Yeah.
never mind. I like how oblivious she is to so much of this. Even though realistically,
Destroy anything 25 years ago?
I don't think so. I think it just kind of passed through real quick. But that's the thing. Realistically, 25 years ago, it'd be less likely to be a hoax because they would be less likely to be able to
Oh yeah. Like,
fake something
it.
like that, like editing software. Nowadays, you could just do this on Photoshop, but
Well, no, it would have been like nobody would have taken a picture of it. That's why, and then it would have just been like word of mouth.
yeah,
25 years
yeah, because
ago,
it's just
like-
that one blurry photo of it they showed, but.
Yeah.
That shit eating grin, like, yep, you got me.
I want to work.
That's gonna be so strange. You basically have to okay, we had a
Yeah.
conversation. What did you say? What did I say? And then you said, and then what did I say? And then after you said that, I said what now?
Something about sex.
I'm pretty sure.
The two of us.
Yeah, together at the same time.
I mean, but you were drunk. But I mean, kind of a dick move not to follow up on that. I mean, you did say.
He's rocking that denim jacket pretty good. Oh, that is a friend zone hug
Sure.
if I ever saw one.
I forget. Did they ever explain why? Was that like her parents' house or something? Like,
Yeah, I think it was like her family's old house. They still owned it or whatever. Oh, that was yummy. Right to the top too, just the right amount. Oh man, it's got to be CGI beer. Just think how blown your mind would be if you start
Yeah.
looking at the. But also, you'd have to be asking yourself. There's got to be a million people in the world
Yeah,
who are
who've
thinking the
done
exact
that.
same thing. Like, oh, is it me? I wonder if the monster is me.
Like, how do you start piecing that together, really?
Because what are the odds of this?
Santa Claus carries a sack over his back.
Yeah, that could be Santa Claus.
that is Santa.
Yeah, let's be
Spoilers.
real. If the monster was going to be an extension of anyone, really, let's be real, it'd be Santa. How selfish do you have to be to think that
She's going right back.
that you would be chosen over Santa?
What was she just looking up?
Google Maps. That's a nice thing to look at the bar.
Well, let's be real though. This is whatever
I
we're
know.
looking at. This would be like any.
Bummer. Another round, please.
Well, they do say when the world is in peril, there's war or tragedy or economic collapse, the thing that always goes up in sales is like vices, like cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, the prostitution, even like anything that's like a vice meant to like numb you in some way or somehow always goes up.
Was that supposed to be the moment when she like realizes something?
I think she's just kind of like
Trying to figure it out.
but also like kind of dealing with like the mental weight of, you know, what that feels like. Like, wait a minute, so some way, somehow, when I walk through this park at this time, I'm a giant monster in South Korea. Again, it's such a mind fuck of a concept. That's why I'm just like, how do you think of this? I love it, but I'm just like, how do you just, you know, if I'm going to make a kaiju movie, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to explain where it comes from, how it fits, how it was made, you know, the whole thing. It'll be like scientists and like, nope, none of this.
Yeah, you're looking at it as making another kaiju movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
And this is a completely like unorthodox approach to making a kaiju movie, and it works so well. That's why I'm just like, wow. I would have never have thought myself. I don't think a lot of people would have
I
ever
don't think
thought.
anyone would have thought
Yeah,
this.
I mean, that's kind of why this movie for me is like kind of a little gem, because it's not even just that, oh, it's a kind of a quaint budget
I mean, I
film.
don't think any person would have been like, I really think I'm the one who's controlling the kaiju over there and doing this weird shit. But I don't know. This is gonna confirm it all for her, but
Yeah.
she went full like conspiracy. She almost had like a whole room of like
Yep, she's there, like she's going
You know.
for it.
thumbtacks on boards.
You gonna smack one of them?
The music soars.
Dun dun dun.
I love it.
I need to stop drinking.
So again, I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again, that kaiju films tend to be allegorical, and I like how this one is literally like you spiraling out of control or being reckless and not taking control of your life. You're just basically making a monster. You're just being reckless, self-destructive, and I love that it just manifests itself as a literal destructive monster.
That would hurt.
What'd she do?
She probably was laying on her titty wrong. That hurts, okay?
I know it does.
I mean, my pecs are huge, so I feel you.
I don't.
Like, if I fall forward, I just bounce right back up. It's
Oh my
like,
God.
boom.
I'm done.
That
Hey.
was fast.
But look at the quality. It actually kind of looks
I know.
like Skype a little bit. That's
It just needs to
refreshing.
be a little more pixely.
Yeah, they just added like a jerky kind of like filter thing to it. At least it
Or they
does.
just actually used a laptop and Skyped him.
They might have actually done that, because usually movies, when they do like computer stuff, they're looking at like a green screen
Yeah.
and they put the picture in, and it's always like this beautiful high resolution 4K image looking back at you. And I'm like, never in the history of a video call.
Oh, I just mean they could have used a webcam to capture this.
Yeah.
Like a shit webcam.
Yeah, but at least it looks like she's not, talking to like film stock. She looks like she's actually talking to like.
Considering you literally have no furniture.
Yeah, even if I didn't want the sofa, I would
yeah.
want the sofa. Like, yeah, I totally remember having that conversation. It's like a trumpet dying.
Never seen somebody so excited about a futon.
Get the fuck up.
Lady, you're
I was gonna say.
on a Skype call.
She is psycho.
Yeah.
Again, I love her in this movie. Like she.
And
Let her
you
work
are
in it.
psycho.
What the fuck?
Have this debate on the channel. She has like Hermione Granger hair here a
I
little bit.
know.
I wonder, is that her real hair, or do you think it's a wig?
I don't know.
Because I know sometimes when they have to give them more like disheveled hair, even if it's like not a weird hairdo, but just a little bit more like radical, they'll give them like a wig.
I bet it's her hair.
The teabag trick.
And is that your hair?
Look at all these tweets answering all these questions like, oh my god.
That astronaut, Jesus Christ.
You know the one.
You know the one. Jesus. By the way, I looked up Tim Blake Nelson, and I'm not seeing Carnosaur on his IMDb, so I guess I might have been wrong about that.
Probably. I'm just kidding.
It sounds like him, though.
He does look familiar, but I just can't think of what I've seen him in either.
All right.
Very cool. That was great. Whenever people say that to me, my first thought is like, I just want to run out the street right now and just scream everything you just said to me. Not because it actually matters to me, but just because you told me I can't, and now I must.
This is the best bar trick right here.
Even though my thing is, I'm like, if you figure out that's like you're doing it and you know it's causing like hundreds of people to die at a time and you keep going.
Well, I mean, it's still going to be a mind fuck where you're going to be... I'm sure there's still a part of her that's one or two, like, is this really happening? Because it's kind of like...
Yeah. She needs other people to believe it's true so she doesn't freak out.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him on the Carnosaur thing either, so I guess maybe he wasn't in this movie. He looks a lot like the guy, so I apologize.
You should apologize to him.
Tim, if you're listening, I'm sorry you thought you were a guy in a movie that I also enjoy. So if that was you and you're uncredited, I liked you in that movie. And if not, I like you in this too. So, super duper guy. It's so weird how it, like, appears or materializes.
I know.
No. So the actor from Carter Brother was Brent Hinckley.
Close.
So I was wrong. I apologize.
Like an awkward person.
This would be so fucking weird. You know, those practical joke apps that make, you know, giant monsters appear.
I might just like kill her on the spot if I saw this.
Oh shit. I like how she feels it too.
Sounds like a fun game.
Oh.
There's just screaming.
Well.
Indistinct screaming in background.
Oh.
And they realize she just killed like 1 million people.
Yeah.
That's about
Robert.
what? 2 square blocks, I'd say, right?
Did she like knock herself out there?
I think she just passed out. I think she was still kind of drunk, kind of hungover.
I just feel like she's perpetually drunk in this movie.
Well, that's kind of her character.
Well, yeah.
And again, I like because this film doesn't have like a massive budget. That's how they kind of like the destruction is implied. So because you know that she's Jaegering the monster, when you see her like walking around that open space, in your mind you're visualizing the destruction and the chaos she's causing. It's kind of a, it's like a Quint in Jaws when he's talking about, you know, waiting in the ocean after the U.S. Indianapolis sank, and all the sharks are picking him off one by one, and instead of doing some elaborate flashback because they didn't have the budget for that, the camera just stays on him and he's telling the story and you're just visualizing in your mind. Sometimes budgetary constraints can lead to really
So weird.
moments of tension. So again, the whole metaphor of, you know, you making these poor life choices can have ramifications. You can hurt. This is essentially the equivalent of I'm going to get drunk and get behind the wheel of a car, and you know, oh, if I get into an accident, it's just me. No, you might hurt and kill someone else. Whereas in her case, it's like, no, you're going to turn into a giant monster thousands of miles away and stomp on a bunch of people.
What?
Surprise! And he's handling it
Is this
very
movie?
right. It's great, isn't it? It's a pretty sweet giant robot, though.
No, no, God.
I know.
Just backhands that coffee pot over hand. Get the fuck away from me, man!
She's acting more crazy.
I know. She's unraveling.
He's right, though. No one would ever believe you. It's like the perfect
Yeah,
cover.
no,
Just
what?
be honest. I love that when they do that in movies, when people are connected to something so like unbelievable that the best way to hide it is just be honest.
Yeah.
There's a
It's just too absurd to believe.
There's a really bad movie called The Howling 3, The Marsupials, where the Australian government has to go into the center of Australia because there's basically a village of like marsupial werewolves
Are they
that
like,
have been attacking people.
like little koala?
No, they're Tasmanian tigers,
Oh.
by the scenes. But they have the whole
I
area
would watch that
quarantined,
instantly.
and they're going in there, and the media's on the outside, And everyone's like, well, what are you guys doing there? What are you looking? What are you after? We're here to study marsupial werewolves. And they just, and we just like, fuck off. And they just drive in. And that's the joke. Like, yeah, just tell them what we're actually doing because they'll never believe us.
I'd like to hunt marsupial werewolves.
So if you ever think that you might be inadvertently psychically Jaegering a giant monster and you don't want people to know it's you, tell everybody it's you.
Mm-hmm. Tweet it at Anne Hathaway.
She's so mad at us.
No, she's not.
I'm telling you, like, movie karma universe is going to come back and bite us, man.
I hope it does.
Mr. Hathaway, I am a great admirer of yours, so please.
I'm not.
Jesus Christ, we're going to make so much trouble. I love this bit right here. Should get the translation.
I'm a big giant robot now.
All right. I'm Gypsy Danger now, man. Come on. That awkward look like, okay, this is a great story. Blah.
I forgot, what did she used to do?
I think she worked for like a magazine or like a writer. Again, it was more or less the fact that she's like it's like one of those small towns where you're born, you're raised, you live, and you die there kind of thing. So if the act of someone leaving is like, makes them essentially a celebrity, basically. Real talk at like 8 in the morning. That's when I like to have it.
Anyways, this giant robot when I'm on that
How's that food time working out for you?
The park there.
That's got to be just such a weird thing to think. This is clever.
Even though I'm like, I feel like they would have quarantined that area. Or like evacuated it since she's shown up there.
Nah, they need to go look.
I mean, you got to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As much of a mind fuck it would be to see something like that, but to see it acting sentient and acknowledging that'd be even more like
terrifying.
See it dancing.
But yeah, well, that's almost weirder because you like when Godzilla shows up, no one gives a Godzilla. He's just being a big, Kaiju's like, knocking shit down. It's like, okay. But to see it, acting intelligent and, like, acknowledging us like that would be even like, what?
Hopefully I don't miswrite this.
How much room does she have to write? Oh, okay.
Like that. It's a good monster.
What made you think that when it was crushing people?
Always knew.
Well,
That should be the name of the
it
movie.
was clear it tripped.
Yeah. It was dancing for him.
That should be the name of the
Put
movie.
on a
The
show.
Good Monster. The tagline would be, "Good guy the whole time."
I knew it.
No, I want to see somebody with
Maybe
that
he
tattoo.
dated a Korean
That's gonna be.
I mean, they should have just wrote it in English.
that's the.
It probably would have worked
I mean,
just fine.
Because, I mean, everyone in the world is watching.
yeah.
I think somebody will translate it eventually.
And there's less likely she would mess it up.
That's the thing. You could have written that. Damn
But, I
thing.
mean, it doesn't really...
you could have written that thing in Swahili, and someone would have still had it translated within an hour, and it would have been all over the news. Because that's the thing, when they're broadcasting this in news organizations all over the world and
Oh, God.
non-English.
She's a skank.
She's
Her character.
We're talking about her character, folks.
Yeah.
Okay. Anne Hathaway's character, and not even like good for her. She's getting a little. Nothing wrong with that. I can get behind that.
It's like kind of creepy that this grown man has a weird teddy bear, like Cookie Bank, on his counter.
Have you seen our apartment?
We don't have a cookie bear.
I'm literally looking at like my childhood that's been vomited all
Listen,
over our
if
shit.
that was if that was like a Godzilla, it'd be fine. But it's Cookie Bear. It's a little weird.
I mean, whatever. To each their own. Maybe that's his Godzilla. Cookie Bear. Gloria is her name, by the way. So when we were making the skank jokes, we're talking about Gloria, not Anne Hathaway.
Do you want a cookie from my Cookie Bear?
What do you say it like that? Absolutely not.
Just
Do you
doesn't
want
fit the whole
something to drink?
bachelor bag.
No, you don't. Okay.
Oh God.
I had every intention of having intercourse with you this evening, but then you said that in that way, and now I feel like I need to flee. Goodbye.
She's weird.
Yeah.
He's weirder, though.
Such a bitch.
I've known girls like that.
That's awful.
Yeah, and then they do amazing things to you afterwards. Worth it. And afterwards, you're like looking at him going, "You got me." Hey, she stayed the whole. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say she stayed the whole night. That's a class lady, and then I forgot. Oh yeah, no, she wasn't.
Not by choice.
She was
she
in
was
thin air.
trapped.
She made another colossal mistake.
I mean, he looks like he's about average size.
Wow.
Talk about height, build.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm excited too. I wasn't alone there.
I mean,
Mine's out
It
of the
was
gutter.
really weird.
This is a
I already
classy
said
show
that.
we're running here.
Okay.
Oh. See, I don't get... The dude's weird.
That music change.
Yeah, hey, Joel.
Clearly.
The fuck you said, bitch?
They can hear it all the TVs.
Just like the guy's reaction in the back.
Is he gonna hit her?
God damn it. Fucking Jason Sudeikis.
Boom. It's just their mannerisms are just so like, you know.
Oh my
That
god.
would happen.
That
Let's be
would
real.
so happen.
It's the most accurate part of this entire movie.
Yep, that's the thing. Again, in an age of social media, like, you know, it's weird to see like how different the world kind of, or you know. Also, too, I've said before, now that everyone has cell phones, it's like, I say now that we've had cell phones for so long now, but we would not be relying on the news for, like, you know, footage that we would be getting uncensored, you know, media coverage of what's going on. I like the lighting there. So love how his character just kind of slowly is kind of unraveling now. Just trying to realize that
She didn't sleep with me, you know, I'm a man.
Basically.
Which, don't get me wrong, don't know why she slept with
Yeah.
Joel.
I don't know, maybe she might have been picking up some of these vibes, right?
But, yeah. I'm not thinking she should have slept with any of them.
God, I just love how quickly his character, like...
Becomes
I've never seen him play anything
I know!
serious.
As I told you, he's great in this movie. we've all been in a situation where like a guy like this, where it's like he just can bring down the room. Or at least, I mean, I don't know. Maybe no one else you guys know. Yep, I've been around people like this where they start drinking and it's just like everything you say is like bait on a hook to them. They're just gonna keep like taking everything you say and just kind of keep trying to turn. Yep, no matter what you say, they're gonna just twist it, turn it, and try to just keep instigating.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus.
Man, he is good at being an asshole.
I know, he nails this, man. Like, it's probably like root beer in there or some shit, you know? It's like, you would have think, like, God, is he methoding this? God, it's just so weird. Because, again, I've literally been in this situation with people.
He said
If she doesn't drink it, basically if she doesn't get drunk, he's gonna go, you know, go basically terrorize in the park and destroy a bunch of shit. Again, I just love how the monsters are extensions of us. Like, we are monsters as people, like our self-destructive behavior, our selfishness, you know.
and then he's gonna go do it anyway.
Well, yeah. Again, he's a monster, but again, it's always used as like a metaphor, and I like how what this movie does is it makes it literal. Like, if you behave like a monster, you create a monster of yourself, essentially.
And let's be real. Who would get drunk off that? That stuff.
Well, it's more or less. I think it's more or less control. Like,
Well,
she's trying to get her life back together, and he's trying to keep her down. But basically, you're basically he never got out of this town. He was always felt like a loser. And here's
This is the smallest amount of power. The biggest amount of power he's ever
exactly.
had, for
Basically,
sure.
he's jealous. She got out. Why not me? And then she
Who's
slept
Joel?
with
Is
the other
Joel his brother?
guy. Which one was Joel?
That guy, the guy she slept with. Why is he riding with him?
I think it's just control again. Like, yeah. Yeah, see,
Yep.
this is what this has all been about. It's like he wants to be special, and then when she was the monster, he in his mind thinking, "Of course it's you, of course you get to be, you know, the big special thing, the person who got out, the person who got to live the life that I wanted." So the fact that she's trying to better herself, he's trying to prevent that from happening, and now he's basically saying, "Okay, well, if you don't want me to hurt other people, you basically got to be now the same shitty, you know, small town loser that I am." Not that there's anything wrong with being from a small town, folks.
Well, that's the way he sees it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, hey, if you like where you're from and your habits, fine. But he always wanted to get out, and she got out. And the fact that then when she came back, you thought, okay, maybe she's back, and I can have her. And then she picks the other guy. So he feels like rejected by life, rejected by her. Again, he's just such a good villain. Like, again, I said, like, a villain is... Yep. Oh. Oh. God, it's so creepy because it's like domestic abuse here, And then you watch the movie, and it's like, yes, this is like what you want to see in a kaiju movie. And it's so badass. But then you realize it's happening because
you're cringing at this.
Yeah, because this is like really horrible, abusive behavior. But it's equaling really cool monster, destruction. Like, this is terrible. This is horrible.
He's just watching.
But then you see it like this.
It's just kind of cool.
And it's cool. And then it comes back to this. And it's like, oh my god. It's like, you want to see it stop, but then you want to see it going. Like, every time it cuts to it, like, it...
This only happens at a certain time, right?
Yeah.
Part of it? Okay. He was playing that nice guy angle hard.
Yeah.
Joel's a little bitch, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that's rough, though. Like, again, it's just so strange seeing, like, a shot that I've seen in movies, like, I don't know how many times growing up as a kid, and, like, loving that and, like, rooting for that. Like, when you see the buildings being knocked over, when you see the monsters, like, just destroying each other, and how badass it is and how much you love it. And then to see it and see it as the extension of something so horrible. Like, to see the same thing happen between two people, same movements, everything, and how one version of it is like you're pumping your fist in the air and rooting for it to go on, and the other version, you, like you say, you're cringing, you just want it to stop.
Why did they stop that?
What?
The little
flashback.
backstory.
Oh, they throughout the movie they'll keep lengthening it until you finally see
The whole thing.
Yeah.
At the end. Sorry, I was such a useless piece of poo the other day. Or earlier, I guess.
It's weird because it's essentially an abusive relationship, except they're not even in a relationship. He's just basically he himself just forced the abusive part onto her. Like, they skipped the relationship, and now he's just the abusive asshole. Like, he's just latched onto her. She could have been any girl that got out of this town and came back, and he would have latched onto her. So it's not even like she's special. It's almost worse. It's not even like he had a crush on her, or like in school. Really, it was like, no, she got out. So she's just the unfortunate, like, dumping ground of all his baggage.
I would not go inside. Be like, bitch, you shoved me last night.
Come on.
You're coming in here.
Come inside.
You want me to kill some more people? I didn't think so. Come on.
I know deep down you really want to.
Oh my god. This is not what I was expecting.
What, this movie?
This house.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's a real put together guy. So.
Jesus.
Basically a hoarder.
Yeah. Every time you see someone with, like, photos of people scratched, get out. Just
Yup.
run. But see, this is like the worst. It's like that whole, like, back and forth of abuse and, like,
I'm so scared of him.
I know
He's faking it.
yeah, and that's like he's a complete sociopath. He's again it's
Yeah.
I feel like this movie's gonna get really fucking dark, and I just was not ready for it.
exactly and that's what's surprising because in the trailers they never showed any of this. It was always just the trailers are always wacky.
Silly stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at me, I'm a monster, and he's like, holy shit! Oh, and then they're having fun with the idea.
They kind of pull the click, but not depressing, just awful.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's
it's kind of depressing.
well, realistically speaking, if you could control a giant monster, you would have inadvertently probably did something, hurt something before you were aware of it. But in the trailer, it's all funny and wacky and zany. And then you see the movie, and it's like, oh, no, they're showing
these
you,
people are actually drunk alcoholics. Let's see what they do with a big kaiju.
Yeah, exactly. And that is literally a recipe for disaster. Okay, there's the 1940s porn sofa.
Just randomly had this.
Fucking...
Oh my
They
god.
even brought a fireplace.
Joel's a
Oh
tool.
my god.
Well, that's the thing. This guy is basically he's just turning her into what he wants her to be. He's basically like a doll in a doll house. That's what she feels like she's being turned into. And this is how the movie got funded.
Wait, he's here?
Yup.
Yep.
Is he gonna be the third kaiju?
No, there's a sequence coming up in this movie that is... It's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in a movie, but it's also one of the most amazing things at the same time.
I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, you'll see what I mean. If I explain it to you, you'd be like, oh...
No, I want to see it.
Yeah, but when you see it, when I watched this happen, I was like, get the fuck out. And it's... Yeah. It does involve his character, though. But... Whoa! That turn he did. That look on his face.
What?
He had the little mischievous little boy like, whoa!
What?
God. Just stop associating with men. All these guys in her life are just like... I mean, bartender, I guess, more like it, but...
It's a big ass hotel room, by the way.
Well, it's like when you see like these
Airplanes.
airplanes, and you see like wow, I've never seen Coach look that fucking massive. But they need to be able to shoot and get around and get the setup.
That's got a coach that big.
Why?
Well, it's also kind of funny. It's showing you like the different kinds of abuse. Before she was one guy who she wasn't good enough because she was not as illustrious as with what he thought she should be, and because of that, he made her feel like shit because she was never good enough. Whereas the other guy is doing the opposite. He's trying to keep her from being good enough. He's trying to keep her from being illustrious. So she's kind of in between these two guys at the opposite end of the spectrum. And neither one of them are really letting her be what she wants.
And they're
to
both
be.
tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, one is high and mighty, I'm successful, and you have to get up on my level. And the other one is just like, I'm a loser, and I want you to be a loser like me. They're both pulling her in opposite directions. And she's kind of in the middle. The irony is, she's probably the most well-adjusted one.
It's just pretty sad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, compared to two of them, because they're both kind of damaged in their own way. Neither one of them are actually happy. That's the thing. He's got a lot of stuff. He's successful, but he's not really happy. And the other guy has nothing. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. This scene coming up. Do you remember this scene?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Yep. It's stuck with me. those horses fighting in the background?
I don't know.
Wow. Power move. Dick power move right there.
I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. Well, you're not even getting sex.
I know. That's how psycho he is.
Okay, everybody, put your penises on the table. Let's start measuring.
She's not even working right now. Right?
Yeah, that's, yeah. God.
My God.
This is so, like, this is, like, asshole-ish. I'm like...
How hard do you think his penis is?
It's fucking raging.
That table is actually a foot off the ground.
It's your place.
God.
This is tense.
I know. And it gets better.
Oh.
Yep, you remember this now?
I remember now.
Oh, God. I would never even think to be able to write something this good. Not that I pretend to be an amazing writer, but still, this is like genius.
What?
What the fuck is he doing?
This guy's fucking insane.
Yep.
Yep.
It's so uncomfortable.
I like how that guy's just like, I'm still working on my coffee.
Oh, God.
You might want to get out of the way. Cut it. Stomp on it. Is he literally just standing there?
He just walks away too.
I know. Oh. There goes the inventory. Yep, I know.
He's fucking like cray cray, guys.
There's a cherry on top of this whole thing, though. and I love it. Just abuse.
Yep.
And all its
Oh,
just
God.
wicked glory. Just the control. That whole big demonstration just to show, like, how much I own her. She's mine. Look at that. Look at that.
Because he convinced her that he would do it.
Yep. I mean, look at that. It's basically, you could just see the leash in his hand. Oh my God, look at her face. Just broken. Oh God, it's heart-wrenching.
It said comedy in tags.
I know.
So, of like the three guys, Joel,
Which
Oscar,
are you trying to tell us which one you'd fuck?
and well, I think her best option is Tim.
Oh yeah, he's yeah.
Oh yeah, Tim's great.
Sadly,
You know.
I mean, he's kind of boring and depresses me, but
Yeah.
This whole movie's depressing.
But do you see what I mean? Like that whole sequence
Jesus.
is like just the fact that the power display is just to show you how much power I
Cringe.
have.
Like the bar doesn't
Are
even
we about to
mean
see more
anything to him
flashback,
anymore.
or-
And that's all he had.
Soonish.
okay.
Chris is running to the bathroom. That's why he asked.
Didn't need to share, but
You know.
I
I know.
Where's this gonna go? It's gonna turn super bad.
Do you see what I'm saying? How this is a great
Comedy. It said comedy.
that's like the first half only.
But you
Not
see,
even the first half, the first like quarter.
They could have.
Oh,
God.
My God.
This is the worst part.
See, they could have easily have just made this about, like, you know, the abuse and just this movie, but the fact they added the kaiju stuff as the allegory is just brilliant.
What?
What did I miss?
He was in her house.
Oh man.
The lights were off.
Yeah, he did the whole sitting in the chair waiting thing.
Yep. Again, now she's essentially coming home to the abusive.
Is he gonna
boyfriend.
rape her?
Well, it's a spoiler, I will say. No, it doesn't get to that point, but this is clearly going in that direction. Like the progression of events, like this is a guy where when you see a person who would do that to somebody, that isn't just some guy who just grabs a person on the street and just that, but like, you know, like a progression, like this is how that kind of shit happens. It's all power, because people even say too, like rape is not about sex.
Oh my God.
God, that's so scary.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's about power and control, and that's what he's doing. He is owning her. He is controlling her.
What does he even mean by that?
I don't know.
I think he's basically saying, you know, basically don't do anything stupid. Do as I tell you.
Yeah.
Fall in line. Do as you are told.
Just like this. Was this them all those years ago?
Yeah, this is.
Oh God.
Again, he's a great villain, and there's nothing over. You know, he's
So
not
weird coming from him.
monster. But that's the thing. He's like, again, guys like that in real life are normal looking. You know, they're the person you would never expect. They're the person that everyone knows him. Everyone's, you know, oh, we grew up with. Oh, he's
But
a nice
just
guy.
in like a second, it all
Yeah,
changes.
but they keep that part of themselves
The music
hidden away.
changes.
Because whenever you hear stories about this, people are always surprised. They're never like, "Oh yeah, we saw that coming."
Yeah.
You know, it's never
To be
like
fair, I'm like, remember in the beginning when he said he had like a wife and her kid or whatever, and then she left.
yeah. Well,
Like, God damn, can only imagine what she went through.
but again, it's like he wants his whole
Oh,
life
you
he's
see-
felt powerless, so he wants to control something. Yeah. Oh, it's just so cool how it travels down. Gee.
Fuck.
See, in most movies, this is how superheroes are created, not this one. Yep. It's like some Stranger Things shit right here. And that's why, yeah, she's always like scratching or rubbing that spot.
And apparently that was a toy she had.
Yep.
Again, this is the other part of the movie that's a little weird, but I'm like, oh,
Well,
whatever.
yeah, but it's kind of the whole point. It's not about like how did this work. Well, it's not about how it worked. It's about the
would never
metaphor.
work.
Yeah, it's really just like I don't know. They got struck by lightning and monsters. It's more or less like the metaphor, of abuse. But realistically speaking, it makes more sense for her to look like Godzilla because she was gonna have a monster toy. Realistically, yeah, she might have had a Godzilla toy. I'm just saying though. But because, Legendary and or Toho didn't produce this movie, you can't do that. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. The rage. Oh, shit. It's just so weird because we've watched a lot of obviously kaiju movies lately, and none of them have like tension like this.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Jesus.
I mean, we watched Kong like bat helicopters out of the sky like it was nothing, and we were just like, woo! Oh, and this right here feels so much more epic.
Hit him again.
Yeah, don't
Stop!
fucking
Don't
kill
fucking
him.
stop. Yeah, fucking run. Jesus Christ.
Oh! Look, I love this is your kaiju fight right here. This. Oh. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, fucking go. Don't.
I wish you guys could see Alex's face right now. It's like the best part. Oh.
This is what I thought it was going to lead to, and I love this.
Ew.
Ooh.
That's fucking disgusting.
He really wants to murder a lot of people.
Like, how long has that pool been filled? It's not. It's her. Is it her pool?
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Probably filled in with like rainwater. At
Yeah,
this point.
it's gross. And he's
Well,
swimming in it.
I mean, the
He
guy's
is that pool.
clearly not.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's good. He's not gonna catch. He's fine. He's not gonna get anything of that.
Not gonna get nothing he hasn't had before, yeah.
What a bitch. But you see, he's a bully because when you stand up to him, he runs away. Again, that's a bully. It's about control. It's about picking on people who think you think you're smaller than.
Can't believe he broke that futon and grabbed a stick.
She did get a pretty good initial lick in, though.
Yeah. Well, I love. He grabbed a stick. She threw a shelf at him, a fucking TV. Like she was.
You're like,
whooping
come on,
his,
you gonna let her beat you?
She was whooping his ass.
But I really do hope she beats him. Jesus Christ.
Well, why's she trying to get there?
Well, I think she wants to get there ahead of him, just so she can kind of like stop him there.
Try to stop him getting in there.
Yeah. But then there is also the issue of the fact that, and not to be sexist or anything, but she is a, 5 foot something woman, probably weighs maybe 130 pounds, and he is a grown man of, yeah, there you go. Therein lies the issue. Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Sniper bullet off in the distance. No. Okay.
fucked up.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I know, and again, I love it. They don't show it. They just add the sound effect, and and your mind is envisioning horrors beyond imagine.
And her face.
Yeah, it's like right here. These are children, puppy dogs, grandmothers. Oh, there goes a family
Why
of
the
3.
puppy dogs? Why did you have to add the puppy dogs?
Well, that's my point. I mean, to be fair, I care more about the puppy dogs than the family of 3. But I'm just saying.
What if it was a family of 3 puppy dogs?
Even worse. What a monster. Am I right?
A colossal asshole.
I'd rather be all puppies.
Exclusively puppies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watch movies and tired people getting decimated. I'm like, you know, things happen. One dog bites it. I'm like, oh,
Well, it's different.
no.
That's just all about how it's depicted. When, you know, thousands of people die, it's because a building fell over. And it's... From here, when the dog dies, we watch it.
Hey, I feel bad.
Don't make that
Listen,
face ever again.
I feel bad when Cujo got shot, okay? Full rabid mode Cujo. I'm like, oh, poor
Oh,
puppy.
yeah.
Give him,
Because we see it
give him a
up close.
shot. Give him yeah, this is when he's
see all
like
the-
charging through the window, feral as shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
poor puppy. I see Independence Day and I see just people being blown up. I'm like, well, listen, I mean, they could have evacuated.
God, this movie's fucking depressing.
Depression burrito. But you know, it's weird because again, abuse is like we always say just leave, just go. Why don't you just essentially from what this kind of almost feels like it's basically someone who has a kid in an abusive relationship and they're afraid that they won't be able to get custody of the kid, so they have to stay because usually the person has power or influence. They have something over them that makes it so they just can't leave, and that's basically what he's.
They can't do anything.
Yeah, and basically, if she leaves, she's going to have blood on her hands. But I love what she does here.
God, what a fucking creep.
Yeah, but what she does here is amazing.
Even though...
After that whole sequence, what happens next is so beyond satisfying that it's like...
She goes and buys a sniper rifle.
She goes to Seoul.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, the short of it is, it's because, she just killed, but then she goes away for murder. But you basically uses the phenomenon, I guess is what you want to call it.
How'd she afford that fucking plane ticket?
Well, I mean...
She's not paying rent.
I
yeah,
guess.
spend a few bucks to get it, well...
She's all her money's saving.
Yep, just a...
God, fucking lose it.
I know, God.
Not to mention, like, dude, you own a bar. You're literally, no wonder you'd make no money.
I mean, he doesn't have
drinking
a bar
all this-
anymore.
Well,
I mean, fucking-
yeah.
Well, again, his life is complete shit now. Like that's it. Like he's got nothing left. He is self-destructed, and that's it.
What's she gonna do?
Yeah, how is she gonna do anything about it?
Well,
You'll see.
when no, I won't say it.
You'll see.
Yeah.
If,
Don't say
if you
it.
think about it,
I'm trying to think about it, alright?
it'll come to you. It was right around here. It kind of hit me, and I was like, "Oh!"
Well, I mean, I don't know if she's just gonna, like, just kill herself and then that's it, or...
Think about it. Think of what you've seen so far and how this whole thing works. When she's here, the monster's there.
Okay.
So what happens if you flip flop?
But how does she know where
That's a
she has to
long
be?
Because she knows where the monster appears.
Mm-hmm.
And so
All that stuff.
everyone knows where the monster appears.
Because I remember seeing in the trailers of her in South Korea, and I was like, does she go there to confront the monster? Because I was thought she goes there to like face off against the monster itself. And that was back when I thought this was a fun little comedic romp. Where I learned this was a dark tale of domestic abuse. By the way, I love how the monster ends up being like the good one and the robot is the bad one.
I know.
I was wanted to go to Seoul. I've been to the airport. Or the military base there, that was it. And saw fucking mosquitoes the size of hummingbirds.
Gross.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, dude, go fucking stop him. Don't be a
Well, yeah, that's
pussy.
the thing. It's just like, dude, go there, get a gun, and just fucking...
He's a little bitch.
He is. Happens the same time every day, people. Shut this stuff.
Oh, I know,
down.
this whole
That's what I'm
section of the
saying,
city
they should
just
be
like...
evacuated.
It's cool, we get a nice good shot of him now. God, I love this bitch burning up. I love when justice is dispensed in movies like the guys like this. You see in movies where you're just like, oh, you are just the worst piece of shit ever.
Even though I feel like you would have saw it already at that point.
But she has
Well,
to walk.
it has to like
But
materialize.
she has to
or
walk
something.
like right up to
Yeah.
his monster.
It's just weird for her. That's him. But that's how she sees him now. She sees him as a monster. She sees him as this huge, imposing figure that is controlling her life. So that's really the metaphor here: is that he is this huge thing to her.
Oh shit!
The effect holds up pretty well too under the harsh light.
Yeah.
Usually when CG is not quite, they keep it under like dark light to kind of mask it a little bit, but it looks pretty good. I mean, granted, they probably saved the money shot for the end here, but still, it holds up pretty well under the hot light. Yeah, so because it's right in front of her, she knows technically in terms of like her size and everything how it matches up.
That little Asian boy is probably looking at her like a fucking goddess.
Yep.
Look, he grabbed.
And I think she could feel it too, like the way she felt like the
It's
missile
like
fire.
playing VR.
Yeah, essentially, this is what this is. So I know, right?
Nuts.
Eat him.
I know, just thinking, knowing that he's right there in your hand, and you see the bloodshot eye, everything too, like.
Well, it's just she was punched in the eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can see the abuse on her face, and
He's peeing.
in that
Oh,
moment,
that feels so good hearing him cry.
and in that moment, he knows how she felt, small and powerless, and that's the whole point. That's what abuse is. It's just stripping someone of their power.
God, it feels real good.
Ooh, poor choice of words.
Maybe not the. All right, whatever.
Well, that'll dematerialize, so she doesn't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, he's gonna land on like someone's car. I mean, I guess hooray, but you still don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thrown away.
It was probably had something to do with that astronaut we heard about earlier.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Our Lord and Savior. See, kids, this is what happens when you pray hard enough. Your problem just, woo, go away. I told you she
I
would.
still wish we would have seen where he landed.
Oh, Sudeikis?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really think he landed so much. He just became one with the surface. He came in
I
contact.
know, I want to see that.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed watching someone cry as much as I did watching.
That's
him
my.
cry right there.
But again, you feel for. You hate him because he does such a great job portraying his character, and you feel
he was
for her
great.
because she does like such a great job. Like,
I love that he notices her.
yeah. Again, like both of the.
You murdered him.
Yeah, hey, I know her. He's such an idiot.
I know.
God.
I know.
All the guys in this movie are really freaking dumb.
And well, I think that's the point. It's like she needs to just stop trying to jump in bed or in a relationship with somebody, and just focus on.
You hear that, Ann?
Wow.
We're joking. These are all jokes. Anne Hathaway, if you some way and somehow lose a bet and end up listening to this commentary, these are all jokes. Thanks for assuming I speak English.
People do that to me.
Parlez-vous français? And oh god, this is poor. Like, again, because it's now like
She's the girl from 25 years ago.
Is it?
I'm just making
I
that
know.
up.
I hope it.
I never thought of that. That'd be something.
That'd be something.
But like for her, it's like the sense of relief
Yeah.
she must feel.
It's like the best thing.
Something to drink. Yeah. Ugh, boy, I shouldn't. Crap.
But yeah,
I make colossal mistakes when I drink.
But yeah, no, I told you this one was a good one. I mean, this movie is
What'd you
probably my
say?
favorite.
My
thing.
God, I haven't seen him do like a serious role, and that was good.
And this is probably
That's very good.
my favorite thing I've ever seen Anne Hathaway do. Like this is like to
Yeah.
me this is like Oscar
Very
worthy performance. But oh well, this will. If nothing else, this will always be a nice little gem for me. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.